Evening, everyone. It's 5:37 on Thursday evening, and this is your closing comment, and it is video number 1055. Okay, so I want to bring up a couple of things because Steve Leisman finally said something today that actually made sense to me, and it showed some more thought than just reading the teleprompter. We were talking about claims. Now, today's claims, initial claims, 184,000 down 43, was the lowest number since 1969. So 62 years. And we haven't had a number lower than this, which is very impressive. I mean, even I have to agree to that. Continuing claims, on the other hand, were up 1,992,000, up 38,000. But what was interesting that Mr. Leisman said was he talked about the JOLTS number, which was over 11 million. Those are job openings. And the point that he made, and I have to give him credit for it, is that we have not seen, the reason that we have more jobs open that are not being filled is pretty simply his thought. The fact that we have not reached an equilibrium of what the jobs are worth to the people who want them and what they're willing to take as pay. So obviously companies have not aligned themselves with the reality of what people want to get paid. And another mention of his that I also have to give him credit for was the fact that he said, you're hiring all these new people. You're bringing in a lot of new workers at higher rates. What do you think their managers are going to want? Or the people who are doing the same job are going to want? So I mention all that because tomorrow is CPI. And I would expect a pretty hot number. And so earnings happen to be one of the stickiest parts of what inflation is all about. I mean, it's true that oil has come down from 85 to 62 and back to 73, and today down $1.50 to 70.94. And those may, in fact, be somewhat transitory. But Kellogg's workers not being willing to go back to work because they want higher wages in the cereal factories, the cost of beef, the things that you and I actually put in the shopping cart when we go. Those things are all substantially higher, and I think that the CPI is going to show that tomorrow. Okay, one more minor item. In case you were curious what it takes to become the ambassador to a northern African country like Kenya, all you have to do is look at what Meg Whitman did. All she had to do was renounce her conservative Republican ways and back Joe Biden for president. And lo and behold, he made her the ambassador to Kenya. So now you know what it'll take. Okay, CVS had an investor day today, and everybody loved what they heard. The stock closed 97.31, up 421, 4.5%. On the other hand, GME, which had a miss and disclosed the issue of the SEC investigating the trading in the stock, this morning was trading around 160, and that was down about 7 or 8, closed 155.76, down 17.90, or 10.3%. And RETA, RETA, I mentioned this morning, it was trading at around 32. It actually finished the day 29.11, down 25.31, so 46%. And as I mentioned this morning, that one's down 63 on the week. Broadcom, AVGO, beat top and bottom line. The stock had closed 583.42, down 514. Currently trading 624 on the high, up 35.44 or 6%. So a $40 reversal there. Lululemon beat, but the stock is down. It closed 416.92, down 908. Traded all the way down to 390 and then popped back up during the call up to 409, down only 17 or 4%, and that was based pretty much on lowered guidance for next quarter. Oracle, on the other hand, beat and was off to the races. It closed 88.77, down 17 cents, traded as high as 98.10. Last is 97.70, up 8.58, 9%. CHWY beat on revenues but had a widened loss, and the stock had closed 56.30, down 380, traded as low as 50.13. Last is 51 3/4. For those of you who don't remember quarters, that's 51.75, and that was down 8.35 or 13.6%. And NU, which is Nubank, an IPO today, was priced at 9, closed 10.59, and that was up 15%. This is a particularly hot issue in Latin America. They're really eating everybody's lunch down there. Okay, as far as stocks go, the Dow was only down 6 cents, but it was a horrendous day, I think. 3-1 down stocks. Same thing everywhere else. NASDAQ was down 1.7%, 269.62. Also 3-1 to the downside. S&P down 33.76, 0.75%. And the Russell, which was the big loser, down 51.50 or 2.27%. Transports were up $22 and change, or 0.14. Volume was again lower than the day before. Chart on the screen is the oil. I warned you about this morning. I was calling this area anywhere from where we were this morning, which was just below the uptrend line and just below the falling 20-day, crossing through the 100-day, that I thought this would be a problem, and even if it got through, it would be a problem at 75. Well, it traded 73.34 and then collapsed down to 70.39. Pretty close to the rising 5-day and pretty much right on the flattening 200-day. So this can still hold here, but I don't think I could be a buyer unless it tests this 68.5, 69 area or closes above today's high. The gold was down 880, nothing overwhelming. Bitcoin got pounded again. The chart on that is beginning to look a little on the ugly side. It was down 3,250, right back down below 50,000 again. Looked like it was trying, but just did not make it. It is approaching the low from last week. This was actually Monday, of 47,215. Today's low was 47,345, and it only closed 330 above that. So I'm going to guess we're going to see 45,000 again. Even though the MACD seems to be turning up, this is such a tough one because in 3 days it could be 60,000 again. And there'd be no reason for it, and there'd be no reason not for it to do that. The bonds were down about 0.5 point, and the dollar was again up 37 cents, which hurt all of the international commodities, the gold, the silver, The coffee was down $4. Sugar, which is an international, also down a little. The only one that wasn't down was the lumber, trading over 1,000 again. And I've told you about this one. I keep on putting the chart in the weekly letter. It just keeps on getting better and better. I want to use the weekly here. As you can see, it stopped for a minute at the 38% retracement here, and now looks like it's headed for the 50% retracement. This is quite a move. As you can see, on the break to the upside here was where the MACD crossed. It's getting a little bit on the tough side as far as the spread here. But I don't see why it can't, trade 1100 before it comes back down. Okay, everyone, have a good evening. Tomorrow, as I said, first thing in the morning, CPI, and I think it's going to be hot, and I think the market's not going to like it.